It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show.
I can't hear you.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that's the great thing about live TV. I'm looking down at you. Should have been looking at the camera. And yes, you can hear me. I got my mic on. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for another big show? The Geno Jones Show. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Nothing like live television. All the beauty and everything else. All the oops, blooper reel stuff, everything. When you got live TV, I wouldn't have it any other way. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show on the Geno Jones channel. Subscribe, share, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out in Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, shout out to Groove Master Dre. Checking in my live chat room as I peek down there. I see, there we go. Live and in living color. That's right, Groove Master Dre. Got to get him in Sean Dolby. Groove Master Dre, one of the top DJs in America. Him and Sean Dolby, producer. He's a DJ, but a producer. Produced the hit record Marcus Allen Slide and a video. We had the world premiere Monday. Cameo appearance. Starring role, yours truly, G. If you missed it, go back and binge watch Monday or yesterday's episode. So let me get into the show. Happy birthday. Let me start. Shout out my Virgos, all my virgins. Virgo the Virgin. I'm going to move on from that. That's your business. I don't want to know. None of my business. I don't even want to talk about it. So, Nasir bin Olu Jones. So it's Nasir bin Olu Jones. You say, who's that? It's Nas. Nas is 49 today. JT Money. Remember the song? Who that, who that, who that, who that, who that, who that? Nah, 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 nah. Who that, who that, who that? JT Money, who was a member of a group called Poison Clan. They did a song called Shake What Your Mama Gave Ya. Shake What Your Mama Gave Ya. Big club record. So JT Money went solo, and he had that Who That song with Soleil, who I believe supposedly had a baby by Genuine. Oh, wait a minute, they may still be together. Anyway, JT Money celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Mr. JT Money. Jimmy Butler, NBA All-Star for the Miami Heat. He's 33 today. And Deshaun Watson, NFL, well, he will be a star when he starts playing. Cleveland Browns suspended for 11 games by the NFL. He can't play until December 4th. That game back in Houston, the city that drafted him and where he played before he got in trouble. The NFL suspended him, in case you didn't know, but you probably do know, for sexual misconduct claims. So there were really at least 24 women that accused him of some level of sexual misconduct. 23 of the 24 women settled with Deshaun Watson and his legal team out of court. There's still one woman that did not settle. So the NFL said, listen, even if you didn't do all of that, you embarrassed the name, you did something, you got your ass in a situation and got caught up. So for that, you're lucky that we are not suspending you for the entire season. So we're going to suspend you for 11 games. You got 18 games now in the regular season. So he's having a birthday today. He's a former Clemson University, which is right up the way, just up the interstate here from me. He was a national championship at Clemson, or he was a national champion, and Clemson won a national championship. So 27 today, Deshaun Watson. So I just got this information within like not even 2 hours ago, maybe like an hour and a half. R. Kelly was convicted of child pornography. So just in case you didn't know, way back in like 2002, there was a reporter, Jim DeRogatis, for the at the time He worked for the Chicago Sun-Times. Somebody anonymously sent him this videotape that you probably heard referred to as the P tape. R. Kelly just doing some really just vile things, including what I just said with a underage girl. So that videotape got him convicted of child pornography charges. Tapes of him sexually abusing, according to the court. He was accused of child pornography for sexually abusing his, at the time, 14-year-old goddaughter. This young lady actually asked R. Kelly to be his godfather. Her niece, or I should say her aunt, R&B singer named Sparkle, who had one really big record with R. Kelly. And after that, everything she found out about what was going on with her niece, and it was just a big mess. And then, so Sparkle was like, I'm done with R. Kelly. And they never, ever, even though they had like a #1 record, I think that record went all the way up the charts to #1. It was definitely a top 10 song on the charts at the time. They never recorded again. So he was found guilty of 6 counts of child pornography. He was found not guilty, acquitted on 7 other counts. So he was charged with 13 counts, found guilty on 6, and he was acquitted not guilty on 7 counts. So he's going to be sentenced, because you wonder, okay, isn't he already serving like a 30-year sentence out in New York? Yeah, that's right. So I don't know how this, I guess he's going to go back to jail now in New York City. And it's still he's facing another case up in Minnesota, I believe in Minneapolis. So it's just a big mess. But he was found guilty. Once again, R. Kelly, the trial, he was convicted, found guilty of child pornography charges for making videotapes of him sexually abusing at the time she was 14. So it's just a mess. Just what a waste. And just, that the woman's in her 30s now, but she'll never be the same. And all of his victims. That's the sad part. So a lot of this is just really sad and tragic. But they're adult women, but their life will never be the same. They can't. You can't unring that bell. You can't undo what's already been done. Rest in peace, Power in Paradise. So, sad news of a different kind, but I gotta pass it on to you. Jesse Powell, just really a great, dynamic R&B singer, really one of the most talented R&B singers, and he just had a short career. He just got tired of doing it. He started off, he was in his early 20s, he was a producer. Native of Gary, Indiana, Jesse Powell. He got Trina and Tamara, his sisters, they got a Grammy for making a hit record. And Jesse Powell, he was a Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter. The song, it was a ballad called You. Baby, it's you. I can't hit the notes of Jesse because he's got a beautiful voice. And I got a chance to meet Jesse Powell. I got a chance to have conversations with him a couple times on different radio shows in different markets. Just really a good dude. Just, he was, likable, modest, humble. Wasn't like no super arrogant, no ego trip at all. Little fella, I remember just meeting him, little thin, little skinny, looked like a little kid. But he was actually, we're talking about the 90s. But it was just really a good dude. And I remember, as a matter of fact, hosting shows that he was a part of. Always just really a good dude. So he died in his home in Los Angeles, actually on Tuesday, from apparently, according to TMZ, and now TMZ usually they get it right. They got the plug. They can find out what's really going on. So apparently, according to TMZ, some other news outlets, he died from cardiac arrest. He was only 51. And a really sad part. So he dies on Tuesday, his birthday. He just turned 51 on Monday, a day before. And he passed at such a young age. So rest in peace, Power in Paradise to Jesse Powell. Sad, very sad. All right, let's segue. I want to bring on my guests this Saturday, this weekend, this Saturday, September 17th. It is a big event. We have exactly 54, let me check in my notes, 54 days until the midterm election, Tuesday, November 8th. So like 8 weeks from yesterday. So the clock is ticking. Check your voter registration status. And if you or anyone you know, everybody you know that has not registered to vote, now is the time. And Saturday, I'll be out in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, part of the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. Huge Get Out to Vote event with the Moncks Corner NAACP. Let me bring her on camera right now. Returning to the Geno Jones Show, the president of the Moncks Corner chapter of the NAACP, my dear friend, Dr. Ethel Jefferson. Hello, Dr. Jefferson. How are you?
I'm fine, Geno. How are you?
I am good. I'm excited. I am honored that you are allowing me to be a part of this amazing event along with my radio station. So we're really grateful. We are all about promoting the vote. So this Saturday is the big day. So I'm going to pass you the mic and let you take it away and share all the valid information that you need to share with the public and any other relevant information that you want to get out. You got the floor.
Okay, again, Geno. Hi, and thank you for having me on again. And I just want to reiterate what you have just said about the event that is going to take place on Saturday. Voting is so important, and not just because our foreparents had just bear the burden for getting the opportunity to vote, and so many of them didn't do it. And so that opportunity is ours. You know, we don't have to go through that. We just have to go to the poll, register, yes, and go. That's all we have to do is go to the poll. And so it is so important. The decisions that lawmakers make not only impact our lives, our children's lives, but generations to come.
Yes.
Until these laws stays on the book until it is taken off. Okay, so it is important that we know the candidates, that we know the issues, and that we vote accordingly. So it is education is so important. You know, when we go to the poll, we should know what and who we are voting for. So on Saturday at 12 noon, the Moncks Corner branch of the NAACP is sponsoring this Get Out the Vote event. And the branch is having it at the, I need to turn my phone off.
That's
Excuse
okay.
me.
That's the great thing about live television. Right. Listen, I started off the show looking down instead of looking at the camera. I was looking at some of my notes here. So it's that
Okay.
Show. It's
Okay.
live TV.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's
yeah.
Okay.
On Saturday, we're having this event, and the purpose of the event is voters registration, and for those who are registered to vote, to meet the candidates that are running for election in November 8th. So we're asking everybody to come out not only to register, but also, as I said, to meet the candidates, see what they are talking about, listen to their platform, and listen to the information that you can obtain so that you can be much, much more knowledgeable about the issues and knowledgeable about the candidates, these people who are running, so that you can make a wise decision when you go to the poll to cast your ballot on November the 8th. So we are affording you that opportunity.
So, Dr. Jefferson, let me ask you, who are some of the candidates that you've already confirmed to come out?
You have marketed this event so great.
Well, thank you. Dr. Jefferson, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I think our signal was breaking up. You may not have heard me. Who are some of the candidates that are confirmed to come out and appear and to basically make their pitch to the voters this Saturday?
there are several of them. I've gotten um, response from a couple of school board members.
Okay, that's important.
Um,
And can we just say this? And I know you because you're very active in that community. People, I'm just speaking in general. People really just kind of take the school board for granted, and those are
yes,
very important. The school board determines what your kids can and can't learn. Now, you all heard me talk about, listen, folks that don't want the truth to be taught to not just to our kids, but to their kids. And the truth needs to be taught no matter how ugly it is, because the only
that's
way
right.
that we can keep future generations from making the same mistakes and committing some of the same evils of the past, the best way to do that is to teach them the error of the ways of their ancestors, not to make them feel guilty, but to tap into their compassion, empathy, and humanity to make sure that they say, wow, I want to make sure that I'm never a part of anything like that. I don't want to treat
Yes,
any human being like that. It's a good thing. So if you find out that something happened in your past with your ancestors that was really horrible, yes, you'll feel bad, but hopefully it will tap into, like I said, Dr. Jefferson, your sense of compassion, empathy, and humanity. And God has given us all compassion, empathy, and
yes,
humanity. Now, some of us are just throwing it out the damn window or just ignore it. But we all have the capability and the capacity to be compassionate, to have compassion, to have empathy, to be human and have a sense of humanity for your fellow man and woman. So I just wanted to. So the bottom line is these school board positions are so
yes,
important, and they usually
they
start
are.
there, and then they work their way county positions in government, state house, state representatives, and they run for governor. Then they get in the U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, and could wind up in the White House. So one of the entry points when it comes to uh, setting political policy or policy in general is with the school boards. Correct, Dr. Jefferson?
Yes, the school board. Not only do they make policies when it comes time to redraw the lines where students are going to school,
Oh,
which
yes.
is it can be a very political thing
Yes.
because because neighborhoods, as we know, tend to have um, different races of people in it, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they are just boxed together like that. And
Yes.
when they draw those lines, it it looks like, you know, it's segregation all over again.
Yes,
You
you're
know,
absolutely
you,
right.
yes, you know, so it is really important, and the decision that the school board makes determines, you know, the even the level of education that your child may get going to this school over here uh, on this line, and so those candidates are very important. So we've gotten some response from a couple of several of the school board candidates, and so some folks do not respond; they just come because they have the invitation. And then, of course, we have our local house seat, our state house seats, and then we have a United States Senate seat that is open. Tim Scott's seat is open this
Yes.
year, so there are candidates running for, you know, a candidate is running for that seat against him as well. And then, of course, you know, the governor this year we have a gubernatorial race, and then we have candidates running for that, lieutenant governor, of course, and then our first congressional district. And we know that our congressional district, they're open every 2 years. So there's always an election for those because as the Constitution had put it, they are elected. They are the House of the people, and so people get the opportunity to change if they want to those officials every year. And so there are many candidates running, and we have invited them all, Democrats, Republicans. You know, the school boards are nonpartisan positions. And so they all have been invited, and we hope to see many of them. And I know this is a extremely busy season because I've gotten response like, oh, we got 3 things on Saturday. We got, you know, a bunch of stuff going on because they try to put in this last pitch because, as you say, we have 50 something more days before the election, and so they're trying to get across the state, across their district, as much as they can. And so some of them do have some conflict. Some of them may be able to send someone from their campaign there, or just to have some literature there, those kinds of things. But we're hoping that they could be represented in some form. But we have in our local county, we have a supervisor's race that's open. Um, and in addition to the other local folks that is running for office. So we hope to have a great event. And as I said, Geno, we are so glad that you are here. When I was announcing it in sorority meeting the other day, and I said, Geno is going to be there, and I've been on this show, and I could see the faces light up, so they're looking forward to seeing you there. And as I said, you have been a big marketing thing, because when I went to, I think the funeral home, tried to get a tent, he said, I've heard it on the radio, and so I have heard it a lot of times, and a lot of people have heard a lot of times. So we thank you for that. That was good advertisement for us, in addition to the ones that we did online and, face to face. So you have been a plus there, and we are so glad that you are a part of this. Your station may be glad to be a part, but we are so glad that you are part of this. And as I said earlier, when I met you and I gave you, this idea that I had, that we're going to do this in the form of just parking lot open event where the candidates will come. It's not like it'll be a forum when we're gonna debate or anything like that. They're just going to give some information about themselves, and to have that added addition of the radio station there with the announcer there. That is attraction in itself, especially for our young folks. And so we're just glad that you are a part of that. We really are.
Well, Dr. Jefferson, once again, I'm honored that you allowed me to be a part. This is the passion, the culture, and just really being socially and politically responsible. I mean, that's the main, it's the energy of my show. My humor is really rooted in social political commentary. My mom is watching me right now, and my mom, and rest in peace, my grandmother, who I'm named after, Gene Jones, along with Conway Jones, my grandfather, especially my grandmother and my mother. They were very active, and you could call them activists. As a matter of fact, my grandmother was a poll watcher like every year for many years, and she loved that job. And my mother also was a poll workers, I should say.
Okay.
My grandmother was a poll worker for many years. My mother was a poll worker also. But we need poll workers, but now we need poll watchers. Will people be able to come out and give some information? I'm sure you're going to have Board of Elections, at least from Berkeley County. But we need, I can't stress this enough, we need poll watchers, we need poll workers.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to have information so that people who are not registered to vote can register to vote. So we have that information from the Board of Election. In addition to that, we are going to have refreshments for purchase. And so, if people get a little thirsty and get a little hungry, we'll have something to quench their appetite. And so we're hoping that on Saturday that all will come out. And as I said, for those who are registered to vote, come so you can be a motivating factor for those who are not, and you can be a motivating factor to get people to the poll. Your excitement will draw the excitement of others. And so this is the reason why we are having this, because we know how important it is that we be a part of this election process, and a part of the election process too, a knowledgeable part of the election process. We know what the candidates stand for, and we know who the candidates are, and we vote accordingly. And so Saturday, come on out, 12 noon at the Haynes Office Building parking lot. We're going to be there with the candidates, Moscona branch of the NAACP, and we have none other than Mr. Geno Jones from 99.7 Star Radio going to come and assist us with that effort. So we're looking forward to seeing you here, and I know it's going to be a great event.
And that address 255.
255. Yes.
Highway 52.
Highway 52.
Yeah, so
Right in town. Right in town.
that's
Yes. Yes.
the heart of downtown Moncks Corner. From downtown
Yeah.
Charleston, it's probably about a no, what, 30, 40-minute drive maybe at the most from downtown
From
Charleston.
where you are, if it's that much, yes.
Yeah, or from
Yes.
the airport, maybe
Yes.
from the airport, Charleston International, less than that. So just
Yes, yes,
it's,
yeah, yeah. It doesn't
you
take
can
me 30
definitely find
minutes to get to the airport. Yes, about that. It's about that. Yeah.
it.
But of course, I live south of Mount Scorner. A
Gotcha.
few miles. But
Right.
anyway, it should not take you long. And then you and I will be conversing. Before Saturday.
Yes. So if you want to drive up to support, encourage people to register to vote. Once again,
Yes.
255 Highway 52, Moncks Corner. Type that into your navigation. I got one question I wanted to ask. Can those, especially in Berkeley, but I think the entire state, because basically
Anybody could do it. The voter registration don't have a county on it, don't have a
exactly.
town on it. It's a state registration material. You can come from any place and register. You just put
Beautiful.
your correct information on there so that you would get your card
I like that. And my question is, can
and you will
one
go to
person?
you be voting in the right precinct because you
Great.
don't want to go election day.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
the other part of that question, the main part I was going to ask is, can voters come out and check their voter registration status?
Yes, because all you need is an electronic device.
Okay, great.
And
Because
you go to SC Vote, and all you do is put in your county. It'll tell you.
great.
Yes,
Because
any of us can do that any day.
some
Yes,
folks are playing funny business. Sometimes all of a sudden
that's
you've been
true.
voting
That's
at the
true.
same location for 40 years, living in the same house. Now all of a sudden on election day, you get to the poll and they say they don't have your registration. So that's
Yes, yes, yes.
why.
Yeah, they need to check it. Yes, yes. And you've been doing a good job by telling them. I heard that on the radio that you need to check it. Just in case there's some funny business, you need to check it just to be sure, so that you don't want to go election day and say, "Oh, I'm not voting, and I don't have enough time because I waited till 6:30, and I don't have enough time to go back to the county office, and check it out because it's too far." We don't want that to happen. We want you to go there. And so when and a lot of people vote early, absentee we call it. So that's an option that they have, but we want them to get out and vote.
So
Get out and vote. And people think that their vote don't count, but all these folks who sit and do not vote, do not register to vote, they would be surprised the number that could change things.
yes. And let me just say this in wrapping up. Just if you don't think that voting matters, if people didn't turn out, those who have student loan debt wouldn't get $10,000 or $20,000
Yes.
of that student loan debt canceled. Those
That's
who
right.
believe that voting doesn't matter, well, if folks didn't really turn out and really voted like we needed them to do in 2020, like our seniors now will be able to get, they'll be able to get insulin for like $35 a month, as opposed to paying $600, $700,
Yes,
$800,
yes,
maybe $1,000 a month. That's huge. And if voting didn't matter, people wouldn't try so hard to take away your right to vote.
Right.
Think about that. Something
If it
don't
wasn't
matter,
that important.
you
That's
don't
right.
bother with it. But if
That's
something
right.
really matters and you really
Yes.
don't want people to do it, you really gonna go out your way
Yes.
to make sure that they can't vote. And then you're gonna try to brainwash them by telling them, oh, your vote don't count. But think about it. The people that's telling you that your vote doesn't count, in a lot of cases, they're voting.
That's right. They are.
Now make
They are.
make
They
that
are.
make sense. Oh, my
That's
vote
right.
doesn't count. Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
you're voting. Okay.
As you say, if it wasn't important, they wouldn't bother with it. They wouldn't try to inhibit you if it wasn't important. That's
Dr.
right.
Ethel Jefferson, I am so excited. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. And I'm really honored to be a part of this Get Out the Vote event. I am huge. So, you guys have a partner for life. You have a home, permanent home here on the Geno Jones Show. I will see you Saturday once again, the Haynes Office Building in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, part of the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. 255 Highway 52 in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. from noon until 3 p.m. this Saturday, September 17th. We will see everybody there. I will see you there. Thank you again, Dr. Ethel Jefferson, president of the Moncks Corner NAACP. Looking forward to seeing you and everybody Saturday.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So excited. Really, I can't thank Dr. Jefferson enough for that. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God, most
Same
of all.
here.
Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please subscribe, share, and like every episode. Subscribe to the channel. Share this episode, like this episode, and go back and binge watch all my back episodes from yesterday to Monday, and check out the world premiere of the new video, Slide, by R&B star Marcus Allen. The video, well, your boys, and just look for the cameo. Look for the cameo appearances, and the video is hot. You'll love it. Trust me. All right, it'll make you feel. It's a feel-good song, and it's a feel-good video. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He is on Instagram. You can check him out. Kel be cutting up, because Kel be cutting up. KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the drip director, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check her out on Instagram. LX like Lexi, X like extra, dot, N like Nancy, C like Charlie, L like Lexi _ LX.NCL _. And Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant, contributor, fashion contributor, and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. As a matter of fact, rocking one of the Mario Uomo lines. See, I've got my black linen suit on, part of the Mario Uomo collection. You can check him out on Instagram, Miglio di Mario Uomo. That's MIGLIODIMARIOUOMO. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show, 6:30 p.m. live tomorrow, Thursday. Carissa, as a matter of fact, she is like the only female, she has the only female-owned trucking company. She was my guest about, what was it? About 3 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. So you will see Miss Carissa. Her last name escapes me. Man, it starts with a C. So she'll be back on the show tomorrow. There's a huge trucking expo. She was talking about a huge trucking expo. It's going to be at the Latson Exchange Fairgrounds, where they have the big fair every year. It's going to be this Saturday also, from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So she will be my guest, so you don't want to miss that. All right, everybody, let me get out of here. I love each and every one of you. And Mother, you know I love you more than life itself. So I leave you with these words, as always. Be blessed, and always pray for peace. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Thursday live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.